So everything now is to get everyone in, off of the rural areas. That's all part of the big agenda written in lots of different programs into the big cities for the communitarian lifestyle. So we're going to be watched, tracked, and traced. It's much cheaper for them to watch us when we're all collectively stuck together and crammed together.
And by the way, it's all on record that our government, other governments, sterilizing people, killing foster children, pesticides, half the native kids they get their hands on die in Canada, mainstream news, and biological, chemical, radiological, injecting people with syphilis, polio. I mean, the governments have been caught thousands of times doing this, radiating little children, and people are like, but it's the government. Don't be anti-government. Love your psychopaths. Hand your guns in. They want to help you. The troops need to use DU, which kills them, but it takes 20 years. Be patriotic. Let the troops be killed by the government.
And remember, too, that you're quite right. We're under... See, people keep asking me all the time, when is this all going to start? I say, well, it's already started. Since the 50s onwards, the cancer rates have just massively exploded. There's no panic about it, by the way. When there's no panic about it, that means it's under their control. They're behind it all, the big boys. They know what's causing it because they made sure they gave us all the products, the injections, and so on that do cause it. So they're exploding. And an article recently from the World Health Organization said the third world countries were now bringing up to a higher standard of living through the GATT Treaty and the World Trade Organization.
Stay there. I want to hear about more of their love. Jesse Ventura says, this is not the country I was born in. We're a fascist nation now. We're in a scientific kill grid now with basically Prozac in the water. That's what fluoride is. I think that's the main ingredient in serotonin reuptake inhibitors. Alan Watts, our guest. I could talk to him for 10 hours, but another informative person, good friend of mine, Jim Mars, is coming up here in a moment. And I want to try to go to a few more calls. We'll go to all these regardless. It's a question who you're going to be talking to on air. But you know, there's got to be some way to get people out of their trance because, I mean, I understand this is frightening information, but it's all verifiable. I mean, it'd be funny. I mean, if I went over in somebody's yard and if they had a bunch of pebbles or gravel in their yard, you know, one of these zero-scape things, and I took a rock out of their yard, the neighbor would run out and bow up. And, you know, I get all crazy. But if the government murders them 20, 30 years young or kills their kid with a cancer injection, it's like they don't want to hear it. It's like they don't even care. It's like, kill me. I mean, it's like almost fun to toady around and like the government and like the PSAs and all of it. And thank you for groping me, TSA. You know, just all of this. It's mind control. Is it not, Alan?
It is mind control, but it's also propaganda. It's the effect of mass propaganda of the authoritative system versus those who have not been given authority by government or whatever. They want to believe in government. They want to believe that people could never be so awful and terrible and nasty to them. And the propaganda is perfect for every culture. They give you the guys at the top that say the traditional phrases that you're used to hearing, and those are they could never do things like that to you. They're caring, etc. They fall for all the PR. They fall for all the deportment these guys are taught, and the scripts that are written by professionals. That they fall for propaganda. This is a propaganda war we're in. It's an information war. And this is what they said would come before they gave us the internet. They said there will be a massive information war. And of course, they didn't sit back and wait for it happening. They made sure they had the biggest, most professional, well-funded teams to make sure we'd always have information wars. Even on the other side, too, there's been fakes over the years who've come out on the Patriot side, and later we find out, like Bo Greitz, that they're actually still working for the government. So this is a real war for the mind. When the mind goes, the body's no choice but to follow it. So it's a war for the mind, and until people literally become informed and then paranoid about their governments, nothing will happen. The majority will go along with it, unfortunately. And now you have the big propaganda push for conspiracy theories, and it was the main line that put that term out there, and now everyone's labelled a conspiracy theorist, like some kind of nuts, like the guy that collects corpses there instead of stamps. So that's how they label you. So a phrase can literally knock you out of action because it's already embedded into people's minds through propaganda. Just like Nazi, it shuts them up right away. There's no response to it. There's no reasoning through logic when it happens.
Amazing. Alan, thank you so much for spending time with us, and I look forward to speaking to you in the near future. CuttingThroughTheMatrix.com.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on, Alex.
Good to have you.